Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good one. All right, welcome back. We're back out in the ocean. It's been a little while since I've been out here. Well, actually, I guess I fished the San Francisco Bay, but the open ocean, it's been a while. I don't even remember the last video I filmed out in the open ocean. So, well, first things first, we're gonna try to catch a little bit of bait out here, and then we're gonna take it over to, I'm not sure if we're gonna hit the surf or maybe a pier, I'm not sure. It's a little rough today, so I'm not sure that the surf's gonna be fishable, but if I can find a little spot where I think there might be some fish holding, then maybe we'll try that out. If not, pier is like our contingency plan. So first things first, we're gonna catch a little bit of bait this morning. Well, actually this afternoon. I came out here a little bit later than anticipated. It's probably about 1 o'clock now. The reason I did come out here a little bit later though is that the low tide is about 1:30. So I'm out here about a half an hour, maybe an hour before low tide. I've been here for a little while collecting some goodies. Let me show you what I got so far. So I've been poking around with my little ghost shrimp pump, and so I got a few of these little guys right here. This is a little ghost shrimp. I got some bigger ones. It's a pretty big one. That'd be a nice little sturgeon bait, but we're not sturgeon fishing today. And then I also went around and picked up a few worms. Just if you poke around to some low tide, little like marshy areas, kind of like I'm at here. Sometimes these guys are just like hanging out on top of the sand. So I went back and picked a few of those up. And yeah, I even have some little tiny little ghost shrimp. Normally I'd throw these back if I was like sturgeon fishing or something, but for what we're doing today, these might be the ticket. So like I said, we're gonna try to poke around here and find a few more, maybe a couple more ghost shrimp and a few more of these little, I'm not exactly sure what kind of worms these are. They're kind of like blood worms, which you can buy in the store, but a little bit different. So if you're new to fishing, you can totally buy any of this stuff. Ghost shrimp, blood worms, pile worms, even just regular shrimp. You can buy at almost any shop in the Bay Area that sells bait, sells live bait. So yeah, if you're new to fishing, you can totally do that. But for me personally, I like to go out and catch it myself. So anyways, let me show you how I do that before we get to the actual fishing. So one tool that I have for this, which may look a little funky, but basically this is a ghost shrimp pump. And what it is, it's basically a long piece of pipe with a little, I don't know, suction thing in there. Basically creates a little vacuum, so when you pull this up, it sucks up the sand from the bottom of this tube. And then with the sand comes up these ghost shrimp. So if you look down right there, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little hole right there. There's another one right there, another one right there. And all of these are created by either ghost shrimp or other little creatures that hang out in these little tidal areas. And that's why I came here at low tide, because that's when these are all exposed. So if I stick this on top of here, we'll see if there's one in here. I'll push down a little bit. Oh yeah, there's one right there. First little try. That's a nice ghost shrimp. That's not a big one, but for what we're fishing today, that's probably the ideal size that I could find. So anyways, I saw another one in here as I was pumping that. There it is. That's a little bigger one. Let's see if there's any more. Nope. Yeah, so that's a little bit bigger one. That's a little bit more like a medium-sized one, but for example, for surf perch, honestly, this is my preferred size right here. But anyways, we'll keep them both and see what we can catch with these. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so this is also what we're looking for here. That's a little, I'm honestly not really sure what kind of worm that is, but it's basically a little similar to a blood worm or a pile worm, which you could buy in the store. And these are also like surf perch candy right here. They're expensive in the store, the blood worms, the real deal. I think they sell them for like maybe $1.50 a piece, $1 to $1.50 depending on the size. So you get a dozen of these and you saved quite a bit of money. But anyways, we'll throw this in. This will be another one of our baits for later today. All right, so it took me a little time, probably about an hour's work, but got a nice little bag of goodies here for free. So this would probably run you, a dozen ghost shrimp is probably about I don't know, $12, $15 in the store. The bloodworms are definitely more expensive. I didn't find too many of them, but I got a couple of nice ones here. They're not huge, but perch will definitely eat that, whatever's out there. Hopefully enough to put a few surf perch or something on film here. So I didn't mention it before, but my goal today is to catch enough surf perch for dinner for my wife and myself. So like 2 good sized ones, like 12 inches or above, or maybe 3, 10 inches or above per surf perch. That's the goal. We got the bait to do that. Let's get out of here and see if we can go find some. All right, so we made it out to the beach. It's a little bit rough, a little bit more rough than I would have hoped. But you can see it's kind of rough out deep, the far break out there. But in close here, it kind of rolls in. And there's a nice little hole right here. Around this side where that guy's running. I think there might be a surf perch or 2 waiting in there. I'm thinking that maybe it's too rough out there. Why would they want to sit out there in that rough water where everything's getting kicked around? Maybe they'd be coming in close here trying to feed on some sand crabs or something. And hopefully these little ghost shrimp or bloodworms that we found earlier today are going to do the trick. So here's the setup that we're working today. This is my normal surf fishing setup. I'll leave the rod and reel linked in the description if you want to check that out. Starting with 30-pound mainline braid. You can use mono. If you're going to use mono, I would use something a little lighter, maybe 15-pound or so. But I like to use braid. It gives you a little more strength, a little more casting distance, and you can fit a little bit more line on your reel if you happen to hook something big. Right now, it's winter time. Pretty much the only thing that's out here are like surf perch. But during the summer, we get striped bass, sharks, rays, all that kind of stuff. And for those kind of fish, you're going to want something a little bit beefier with a little more line to handle those kind of fish. But anyways, today just probably going to be surf perch, but just in case, got that 30-pound braid on there. I got a slider. It's just basically a little plastic piece that slides up and down the line, and there's a little snap there. And so what I'm going to put on there is weight to have somewhere here. Yeah, here it is. This is a 2-ounce pyramid weight. Slap that on there. And the reason why I like this setup, this is like the setup that I recommend to most people if they're just starting out surf fishing, or if they just want to go out here and catch some fish, is you can switch this out. You can put any kind of weight, any size, any shape, depending on the waves and swell or whatever you're dealing with. So I'm going to start off with a 2-ounce. It's kind of light, honestly. I might switch to a 3, but anyways, we'll start with a 2 for now. And I got a bead to stop that slider from going over this knot here, which is tied to my swivel, snap swivel. And then finally, I have about a 3-foot leader. This is 15-pound fluoro. But you can go anywhere. Some people like to go really light, like 8-pound. Personally, I go anywhere from like 15 to 20, even 30 if it's really rough. When it gets really rough, sometimes the waves and everything wash everything up and tangle everything up, so this leader will get some knots in it. So if you use a heavier line, like 30-pound fluoro or even mono, you can use either one. The heavier line won't tangle as much. It's a little bit stiffer, so it won't wrap around itself. And then when it does get in a knot, it's a lot easier to undo. So anyway, if you're getting more tangles on your leader, maybe try bumping up the size a little bit if that's a problem for you. But anyways, this is what we're rocking. I think I'm going to start off with the ghost shrimp. I know I said that the bloodworms are like really good for these surf perch, but let's start off with the ghost shrimp. So I got kind of a medium-sized ghost shrimp here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to break off that big claw and then start at the tail end and thread my, oh by the way, this is I think this is a size 2 octopus hook. Just thread that on like that. Just like that. See the hook point coming out the bottom there, right through the main body of the shrimp. And that looks pretty good, but one thing, if you've ever used ghost shrimp as bait, one thing you'll notice is that this shell right here is very weak. They'll fall apart and fall off super easy. So what we have to fix that, or to try and mitigate the losing of your bait, I have this magic string. And if you watch my surgeon video, This is the exact same stuff that we use for sturgeon. So if I just break off a piece of that, just kind of wrap this up a little bit. Don't worry about using too much string. You can never use too much, in my opinion. So anyways, we're just gonna wrap that a few times. There you go, just like that. You can't even really see the string because it's wrapped around pretty tight around there. All right, let's go see if we can get a surf perch. Bite. Maybe not. Oh, there's a bite. There's a bite. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good fish. That's a good fish. This is what I was talking about. The ones. Oh no no no. Oh, I think it just came off. Oh man. Shoot. See, the ones that are in there are good. Big ones. Oh, I took the bait and everything. Dang it. That was a good fish though. And I think where there's one, there should be more. So let's see if we can get another one. Bite. Bite. Come on, be a big one. Oh, that felt like a good bite. Oh. There we go. Oh yeah, that's another good one. That's another good one. Stay pinned now. Stay pinned now. Stay on there. Yeah, that's a good fish. Feels a little bit smaller than the last one, TBH, but I think it's still a good one. Stay on there. Stay on there. Oh yeah, there he is. That's keeper. That's keeper. It's not a bad one. Honestly, I think the first one was bigger, but we'll take him. All right, there's fish number one. Nice little surf perch. Like I was saying, put him down there. Like I was saying, right in that little calm area, inside all that wish-wash, out in the deeps. That's where that guy was hanging out. And that's where the first one also was hanging out. The first one that I lost. So I think there's gonna be more in there. I'm gonna bleed this one, take care of him. We're halfway there. Like I said at the beginning, I'm trying to catch a dinner for myself and my wife. So honestly, probably 3 this size will do me good. We're at least a third of the way there, maybe even a half. So let's get back in there, see if we can get another one. So there's 2 main setups that people will use out here in the surf. One is this one, the fish finder, or like a Carolina rig, is pretty similar. The second one is a high-low rig, which has the weight at the bottom, and then usually 2 hooks above that, one a little bit closer to the weight and one a little bit farther away. And the reason I like this setup as opposed to that one is this way, once you cast your line in, that weight hits the bottom, your bait can kind of drift naturally, more naturally at least, with the current, back and forth with the swell and the waves and everything. And personally, this is the one that I have the best luck with. So whenever people ask me what kind of setup they should use in the surf, this is what I tell them, the fish finder rig. So, you know, if you're new to surf fishing, you maybe haven't tried it, you want to get into it, I say tie this one on. This is honestly, this is where I usually point people. It's easy to tie, it catches a lot of fish, and it's just number one. I don't know what else to say. Just try it. Trust me. Oh, there's a bite. Oh, a little bite, little fish. I think there's gonna, oh, there's another bite. Oh yeah. Is he on there? Oh no, I think I missed it. That was a good bite though. Oh, there's a bite. There we go, there we go. Stay on there. You can see right now it's like a calm. We're in a calm in between sets. I think that's why this one bit. It's probably hard to tell on the GoPro. You know what? We'll let this one go. This is a tiny one. That's a little bit smaller one. We'll let him go. Still a nice fish though. Good colors on that one. All right, quick release. Alright, so I guess take back everything I said before about only the big ones are able to handle all these waves. I guess there's some smaller ones mixed in here too. Oh, there's a bite. Got him. Got him. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Oh yeah, don't come off. Don't come off. Please don't come off. I need you for my dinner table. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Definitely biggest one of the day. Definitely. Come on up. Okay, maybe not biggest one of the Look at that. He came up with some herring eggs, I think. It's been a little grind, but there's number 2. Not a bad one. That's probably like a 12-incher, maybe 11 or 12-incher. Still good enough for the dinner table. I threw that one, the one before this back. But this one is probably about the smallest I like to keep in terms of surf perch for eating. Smaller than this, I don't know, in my opinion, there's no minimum size, and if you would like them small, that's totally fine. But in my opinion, anything smaller than this is not really worth the amount of effort it takes to, you know, clean them and cook them and all that stuff. So anyways, that's a good one. That's number 2. I need one more now, make it a complete meal. Alright guys, so here's a little tip. So when it's rough like it is today, I mean, look at those waves crashing way out there. There's definitely not going to be any fish in there. And even if there are fish in there, they're definitely not going to be able to find my bait. So what I've been doing today is kind of just standing here, waiting it out when these big crashing sets are rolling through. And then when there's a calm, you know, a lull in the sets, that's when I'll toss my bait in. So like, right now actually it's probably looking pretty good. So let's toss it in here. Yeah, see, like right there, that's perfect time right there. There's like hardly any waves crashing. There's still some turbulence, but nothing like when those big ones are crashing. And I find that that's when I can put my bait right in the perfect spot. It won't get thrown, thrashed around by all the waves. It's fresh, it's right there. It's got all the scent in that one little spot. And I think that's why I've been able to catch a few, even though the conditions are not ideal. So let's see if we can get, I just need one more good one. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Stay on there. Stay on there. Don't you come off. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. This is gonna complete my meal. Okay, we got him. Oh, we can eat tonight. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. That's gonna be my dinner tonight. That's what we came out to do. We caught our own bait. We took it out to the beach. The conditions weren't great, but we made it work. I always tell everyone, but I'm gonna say it again. If you want to catch a fish and surf, tie on that fish finder rig. It's the way to go. It's simple, it's easy, and it catches fish. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about the rig or the setup or the bait, whatever, anything from this video, leave a comment below. Happy to answer as many as I can. So I've been doing a lot of kayak fishing lately, and don't get me wrong, I'm gonna keep doing that, but it was fun to get out here and do a little surf fishing for a little change. Back to my roots. Make sure I still got it, which I think I still do. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.